How we doing, guys? Welcome back to another match preview for the game between Arsenal and Wigan in the FA Cup. Another cup competition. St- this is not going to be stressful for me because I feel like we're going to be playing a weaker side, a lesser team. I think Wigan is a game where I expect us to win, and the fact that we're going to be at the Emirates actually is it's an opportunity for us to go through to the next round. For a long time, we've not gone through to the next round. This will be the first time if we win this game. We're going to the next round of the FA Cup. I think we've not gone this far since the year we won the FA Cup, which is quite damning, which is kind of mad. That's to tell you how good the team has been so far. But luckily, we actually not faced a big side at the moment in the FA Cup. Maybe that's why as well, because over the past few years, we've been playing against bigger teams. We've been playing against stronger teams as well. Like I think the first one after that we played against Forest. Maybe I'll say Forest was in the championship at the time too. You won't say Forest is a big team at the time. I was a big team at the time, and the following season, went on to play. I think we played Man City. Yes, we played Man City. That was the year we almost went on to win the league. And after that, I think we played Man City twice in a row. We played Manchester United as well. We lost to Manchester United. I think we lost to Manchester United. I can't remember again. Yeah, so that is it. Actually, it's not be it like it has not been an easy. It has not been an easy week for Arsenal actually. Although we won against Sunderland, but this game against Brentford is still fresh in the minds because we didn't lose that game, but I don't know how to feel about that because for me, I felt like the pressure got to the team. I feel like the pressure got into the manager. You could see that every throwing from Brentford, like you could see when the camera goes to the manager, you can see how frustrated, how panicked, like you could see the panic in his face. And yes, and also my own theory to that panic because I felt like he had a plan already for that game. And because of that Kai Havertz injury actually threw him off the bus. Like, he threw him away. Like, he wasn't expecting to have that Kai Havertz injury because he had a lot of hope. Because if you notice, since when Kai Havertz came back into the team and we had to drop Odegaard, we've been scoring a lot of goals. Kai Havertz has actually played 3 games for us and we scored. I think in the last 3 games we scored about 8 or 9 goals. I can't remember. We had a lot of goals in those games where he played. The first one against Kairat, we scored 3 goals. Yes, against Kairat, we scored 3 goals. Against Chelsea, we scored 1. Against Leeds United, we scored 4. Against which other team again? Against Sunderland, we scored 3 goals. Although the first 2 goals was when he was on the pitch, and scored the last goal when he came off the pitch. Yes, and that's actually, I think that's what actually, like, if you notice, I noticed even from the press conference before the game, the press conference he did before the game, I could see the nervousness in him. You could see how frustrated he looked during that press conference. He looks no, he wasn't. When you see Mikel Arteta looking fresh and happy, then you know his plan is actually working well at the moment in training. He's seeing what is, when you're trying to like carry out a plan and it's working out. But this time around, I think that Kai Havertz injury actually threw him off the bus. When he came out with that rallying speech in one of his interview where he was actually saying that Arsenal fans should go on the ride, jump on the bus, blah blah blah, be on the bus, support the team. You're gonna enjoy the last few months. I think it was because of he has seen something that Kai Havertz was actually bringing in the team to make the difference in the attack. I think that was that was where the rallying cry was coming from because like you don't have confidence like that when you've not got something in the bag or something that's actually backing you up. To be honest, it's a young boy cannot walk up to an old man or a man who has muscles, and to say he's gonna beat that person if he's not got an elder person or somebody or a backup somewhere. It doesn't happen that way. So yes, yeah, that was actually that's what I feel that happened. And when that happened, I think to me, I don't think he trusts AZ, and even what AZ is actually producing on the pitch, you can see that as well. You can see that AZ is actually not his output. The difference between AZ of Arsenal and AZ of Crystal Palace, I've said it before. AZ of Arsenal is like, I think he's stepping up into a big club. He's coming from a smaller club, which like they rely so much on transition, and when he's on the ball, he's not expected to give like 100% every day, even if he gives 60, even if he's not playing very well in a game, and all of a sudden he produces that magic, like one of those is magic and all that. Most times we watch all these guys, we see highlights and we actually feel like they are so good. I don't want to say Eze is not good. For me, Eze is a very good player, but the fact that he's stepping up from like going from Crystal Palace to Arsenal, because he started from QPR, like from QPR to Crystal Palace, from Crystal Palace to Arsenal. It's a big jump. It's a big step for a player. I know he's played for England. Because there was one time I was frustrated at why he's not starting for England. This is actually why, because if you notice, he doesn't really start for England in major competitions. He goes there as a squad player. Now he's playing for Arsenal as a squad player as well. And if you notice, he's not been able to step up. He has actually not been able to step up to that level. And I feel like it's going to take him a long time, maybe next season, before we start to see the best of Asia. And the style of play that Arteta actually deploys does not really suit his style as well. Does not really suit his style. So he's stepping up from Arsenal to now Arsenal are playing a team. Every game, every weekend, you're playing against a team every team is playing against Arsenal, and they see every game against Arsenal as a cup final. That's the difference. Every game that Arsenal play, every opposition that plays against Arsenal, see those games as a cup final. Now, because they see those games as a cup final, they apply every effort. They try all their best to make sure that Arsenal doesn't win any game. And with 90% of the teams who played in the Premier League, they deploy a low block. They deploy a low block formation. They try all man behind the box. And now, this is where Aze's creativity has to come in. That is where he's actually lacking. No space for him to do his magic. Nobody's giving you that space. Every man is actually onto you. But when he was at Crystal Palace, teams like you can have space because teams are actually attacking you. Like most times when he's playing for Crystal Palace, the kind of games at Crystal Palace is more like a basketball game whereby they sit back, they defend, and they leave one person up front, and you attack in transition, and that's where Eze can hurt you most times. But the problem is the way we play, slow passing, trying to look for the perfect pass and all that. We don't have those chances. I know I'm going on a tangent here. I'm actually going on that because that game against Brentford was actually not I don't think any Arsenal fans were actually happy about that game because it was really, really frustrating to watch that game because we had only one shot on target, and that was that Madueke's chance. For me, that game, I felt like that substitution that Arteta made was what killed that game. We scored already. After we scored, now Brentford decided to attack us. That was where I feel like Bukayo Saka, Arteta actually forced him back to play that game. I think because of that, he was not ready to come back. It was because of Kai Havertz was actually injured. That's why Mikel Arteta brought back Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka early, because I don't think both of them are actually fit to come back for that game. But he brought them back into the team just to just see if they can create something. Because if you watch that game, we were void of ideas. The guys were they were so confused. That's what happens when a team relies solely on the manager. Now, between now and the end of the season, the players have to take accountability. They need to you want to be a legend in this club. You want to be a legend. Now you have to take the bull by the horn. I've been seeing so many panics from Arsenal fans. This is not the time to panic. This is not the time to panic. This is the time to back the team. Yes, I know you can react to a game. Like me, I come out when I do my match reactions. Most times I come out, I react to what I've just seen in the game, but that does not mean you start to like say stuff that actually doesn't make sense because you're not reacting to the game now. You're panicking and you're blaming the manager for lack of mentality. But what you are coming out to say or what you are actually coming out, because on Twitter many of them, we see them, what they are coming out to say are actually crazy because you say the manager doesn't have mentality and you already coming with a defeated mentality already because you feel like Man City has done it before in the past. Man City will not go on and win all the games between now and the end of the season. Neither will Arsenal. But Arsenal can afford that luxury to lose or draw 1 or 2 games. Arsenal can decide. Arsenal have the luxury of losing 1 game, drawing 1. That's what people don't know. That's what people don't know. Now, the problem I have is now, I was expecting also to say, okay, maybe even if we lose against Chelsea and draw against, even if we draw against Tottenham and draw against Chelsea, it would have been enough. But now we can't afford to draw 2 games again because drawing 2 games means that we are Man City to be in the same point. And then going to the Etihad now, it will now be like, okay, it's a must win for us. And the problem I have with Arsenal is that anytime we drop points, we tend to go on this run whereby we drop 3 in a row, drop points in 3 in a row, like 3 games in a row, which is actually very annoying. Which is actually very, very annoying. Like we've done it, and we've even done it this season when we lost to, I think we drew to Sunderland. I think we lost, we dropped points again in 2 other consecutive games. I can't remember. The same thing happened again this year. We drew to, we drew 3 games in a row in the Premier League. I think we drew to, we drew to Liverpool, we drew to, Nottingham Forest. I know that's when the next game went on to lose to Manchester United. This year, actually, we've not really been very good this year. Our form this year has not been great. We need to like get our ass together, fight to the end. Don't give up this league to Man City. That's what's going to annoy me. Don't give up this league to Man City. Fight. Fight. That's what the player needs to do now. Fight. Manager needs to fight. Fans, especially match going fans, you need to like fight. You need to fight now. This is Man City cannot win this league from this position. It doesn't make sense. Don't allow your enemies to be happy. So like the world, this period, like this period will show you that the whole world does not want Arsenal to win the league. The idea of Arsenal winning the league is not what the opposition fans wants to hear. Never, they don't want to hear it. And this is the best spell of an Arsenal team in years because I can't remember any Arsenal team. I can't remember any Arsenal team that are in all competition at this stage of the season. Even the Invincibles were not in all competitions at this stage of the season. That's to tell you that we've actually been doing well, even if sometimes our attack have not actually been very good this season. But as a team, we've played very well. We've done very well. The team, we've done very, very well for ourselves. We've done very well. So now this is another opportunity now for us to go and win a game and win the this is another opportunity for us to go and win a game. Sorry, my light just went off. My light just went off. I'm just trying to fix it. But yes, this is an opportunity for us to go and win the league. Let's go to the end. And as for the game against Wigan in the FA Cup, I just want us to just go about that game, win the game. I know Arteta is going to rest so many players. Opportunity to give minutes to like the likes of Bukayo Saka to regain his match fitness. I expect him to start this one. I expect the likes of Odegaard to start this one. I expect the likes of Christian Norgard to start this one. I expect the likes of I don't want to see Saka. I don't want to see anyhow he's going to do it. I don't want to see what's his name Declan Rice in this game. I don't want to see Zubimendi in this game. Put them on the bench, or don't even travel with them at all. I don't want to say there. Gyökeres shouldn't be playing this game, or maybe leave him so that he like uses to boost his form as well. That can also help him because we need him to start scoring, need him to start firing. Although he has actually, I liked his cameo. I like what I saw again. I like what he did against I like what I saw from Gyökeres against what's his name? Against Brentford. Yeah, I liked what I saw. And to me, I still feel 100% we're going to go and win the league. So this weekend game, I expect us to win. I expect a win. At the goalkeeper, I expect Arteta to start. I'm actually going into my predicted match 11 already. And the goalkeeper position, I like him to. I prefer him to start. What's it called? Kepa. The right back, Ben White, opportunity for him to rest Timber. I don't want to see Timber on that field. I don't want him. He doesn't even need to be on the pitch. He doesn't even need to come to the game at all. Watch the game from the house. Rest. Declan Rice, the centre back pair should be I don't want to see Saliba. Rest him as well. I know he was off ill. Rest him. So it should be Musquera and Piero Incapié. Calafiori starts, or Miles Lewis Kelly. Start Miles Lewis Kelly if possible. In the midfield, Christian Norgard. Start Christian Norgard, start Eberechi and start what's it called? Maybe Martin Odegaard, because he's actually just coming back from injury. Yeah, he needs to get his match fitness up, because we need every player now between now and the end of the season. And the front three should be Noni Madueke, Bukayo Saka for match fitness. On the left hand side should be, what's it called? Gabriel Martinelli, and in front of them either Jesus or Vitor York. Anyone that starts, I don't care. Just get that win and on to Wolves. That Wolves game is going to be very, very important, very, very crucial. Every game we play against between now and the end of the season, every 3 points. This is when I have people saying that Man City because Man City won against Crystal Palace, that's why they announced themselves in the title. We actually allowed them back into the title race. There shouldn't have been any title race, because if we had won our games against Crystal Palace, if we had won at least 2 or 3 of those games with drop points this year, at least the title race should have been dead by now. But all the same, is not the case. You can never go on to win your first league in over 20 years and expect it to be easy. Man City is not going to hand it in a plate for you. Never. They're not going to give you that league. So we need to do our best. We need to fight. Yes, and that's my predicted match. That's my match preview and predicted match 11. Also, and a match reaction for the game between Arsenal and Wolves. I just did so many things. I was just actually talking. Just come and speak about the game, speak about Arsenal, our situation this season. And I just feel like the fans need to calm down a bit as well. I've been seeing so many noise online. Arsenal will win the league, but it's not about us. It's about what Man City does. That is why we're going to win the league. If it's because of what we're going to do, if it's because 90% Man City, people are forgetting that Man City and Liverpool title race or title runs that they had were just freaky. It was just like Ronaldo and Messi rivalry, where they were scoring 40, 50 goals. Those eras were not normal eras. Those guys were not normal. Pep Guardiola was not a normal person. Klopp was not normal. You understand me? And that era is gone now. Like that era of teams going on 95, 96. I don't think you see that again for a long time. Teams cannot go on and win leagues like that, because one, there's so much data in the game of football today. There's so much data in the game of football today. And that data is helping most of the lesser team better. Most of those lesser teams now, they are better than before, because there's so much data in football now, so much science around football, so much technology that is helping the lesser team grow. And there's a lot of money in the Premier League. That's why you see most teams in the Premier League, there's a big gap between the teams in the Premier League and other teams in the world, because if you could see difference between the Premier League teams and other leagues, because there's a lot of money in the Premier League, and the lesser team have money now to go and buy, to improve their squad, to improve their team, to improve their facilities. And there's a lot of data, and there's a lot of science. AI has come into the play. So now you have to be extraordinarily good for you to be able to beat a lesser team now. For you to be able to beat a lesser team, you have to be extraordinarily good. for you to be able to do that. So it's not going to be an easy one, like for you to say, okay, Arsenal. Even man, if that's the reason why, that's the reason for the drop off of Pep Guardiola over the last few seasons, because teams are now better than before. You can't go on and say you're playing a team like Sunderland now and say you expect to win. It's not a given now. You have to work hard. It's not a given for you to say you are going to a lesser team and expect to win. It's not easy as before. So you expect results like this. You expect teams now to fight. Lesser teams are better than before. It will be difficult for any team to just say, okay, I'll just go on and just say, okay, I'm going to play against a small team and win. It's going to be difficult. It's not as easy as before. I know I have high expectations of Arsenal, but it's based on, everybody's actually basing their facts based on what Man City and Liverpool have done over the past few seasons. But people are forgetting that was before. Even the Invincibles that were shouting, they drew 12 games. They drew 12 games. When Man United used to go and win the league, then they used to win the league with 80-something points, 70-something points. It was Pep. I remember. I think it was only it was Jose Mourinho. Actually, it was Mourinho that actually started that 90-point run that went on to a 90-something point run, league run. I think that was his first season in the league where he went. I think he won the league with 90-something points. That was the first time in a while. Most teams, even the Invincible, I don't think we won the league with 90-something. I think we won the longer with around 80-something points. In fact, I think it was 87 or so, or 80, either 87 or 89. I can't remember. Even Pep Guardiola said it recently. He said in one of his press conferences, he said that teams will not go. It will be difficult for teams to go on and win leagues with 90 points. It will be difficult. You can even see it. Man City now, very soon now they will play against Newcastle and they will drop points. Forget the fact. Even the game they won against Fulham, it was a hard-fought victory. Even after 3-0, Fulham was missing chances. Fulham was actually missing chances. I don't expect Man City to go on that run. It's not possible. They've not got that X factor. They've not got it. They've not got those kind of players like all those the Kevin De Bruyne. That's the reason why I'm confident. Even the Kevin De Bruyne of these days too. Those days, the David Silva, they've not got those kind of maverick players now. Even if they've got them now, football has actually improved. Teams are better now. Teams are better. Football is more difficult now. Look at Brentford now. Okay, look at the game Man City lost against them. What game did they lose against? At home, I think did they lose or they drew? Man City of before, they won't have been leading 2-0. Man City is beating you 2-0. You are dead. They will count it 5, 6, 7. Even against Fulham, Man City winning 3-0 first half. They couldn't go on to extend their lead. That's how to tell you how difficult the league is now. The footballs are in general, especially the Premier League is so difficult. So let's go. We're going to win the league. The title race is on and Arsenal is going to win it at the end of the season. Let's back the team. Come on, you gonna see you after the game against Wigan for my match review.